comes you get all the cool gadgets?
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking at the 10 best co-op games to enjoy with friends and family on Nintendo Switch. Now, it's worth noting that this list will exclusively focus on cooperative experiences, so games like Smash Bros, Mario Kart, and Mario Party, while awesome games, won't be featured here since those are primarily competitive multiplayer games.
No matter what tricks and traps come their way, they're in this together, till the bitter end.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Classic beat-em-up games are some of the most fun you can have in co-op. TMNT Shredder's Revenge is truly a blast from start to finish, and not just because of the game's tubular source material. If you are someone who clamors for arcade beat-em-up experiences from the 90s, with classics like, The Simpsons Arcade or, of course, the TMNT arcade games, then Shredder's Revenge will be right up your alley. Lovingly crafted and perfectly balanced, Shredder's Revenge puts you and your pals into the turtle shoes of our titular heroes alongside the likes of April O'Neil, Master Splinter, and even Casey Jones. Barreling through the diverse stages, pummeling baddies, picking up weapons, and snacking on some pizza never really gets old, mostly because each character has their own abilities and attributes. This is just a good old-fashioned beat-em-up romp with a fun cartoony story to boot. Disney Illusion Island. It's a real shame that more people don't discuss Disney Illusion Island when chatting about the best co-op games on Nintendo's beloved hybrid system. Fortunately, we're here to remedy that. This is one heck of a charming and whimsical 2D, highly stylized platforming adventure game with plenty of Metroidvania elements. While perfectly playable solo, this is actually a game built for co-op. I mean, come on, you can hug your partner to regain hearts in this game, on top of offering them a helping hand in tougher platforming sections. How freaking heartwarming is that?
Share a hug for extra health. Play leapfrog for larger jumps, or drop a rope to lend a hand.
Disney Illusion Island tasks you to play as Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy as they explore and traverse the eponymous island in hopes of helping the Hokins recover their stolen tomes. Eschewing the traditional combat found in similar games, Illusion Island focuses on platforming goodness since you can't actually battle baddies. It's a highly wholesome, family-friendly affair that is equal parts playful, accessible, and fun.
Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, we bid you welcome to the world of Monoth!
Stardew Valley. I think it's common knowledge at this point that Stardew Valley can be played in its entirety in co-op, right? Well, if for some reason you missed that nugget of truth, then you really have been missing out. This behemoth of a farming life sim game truly needs no introduction, since everyone and their grandma has either heard of or played this utterly enjoyable game. The idea of teaming up with a friend or family member to build the farm of your dreams, harvest a bunch of crops, befriend the Pelican Town locals, fish the streams and oceans, and mine the mines is nothing short of extraordinary. Stardew is the epitome of cozy gaming, both in terms of the game's art style and overall aesthetics, but also in just how it lets you play it how you want to. Having someone alongside you to share in this wholesome journey is a treat worth experiencing. Unravel 2. For all of EA's baffling decisions, somehow they still sometimes manage to greenlight and produce some highly creative indie/AA games. This fact is incredibly apparent with the Unravel games, specifically Unravel 2 in this co-op list case. Now, for the uninitiated, Unravel 2 sees you play as Yarny, a lovable and adorable yarn-created protagonist who must venture across verdant bucolic vistas and landscapes in search of bringing light and hope to others. Of course, sharing this journey with a friend or family member who also plays as a second Yarny is simply sublime, mostly because the game is really all about making connections, building bridges, and offering hope to others. Now, don't get us wrong, Unravel 2 still has some challenging puzzles and tough platforming gauntlets. However, our two Yarnies are able to help one another through these perilous sections. It seems as if many people skipped out on this game, so be sure to remedy that right away if you want a cozy and emotion-filled co-op adventure on Switch. Untitled Goose Game. As soon as we think of Untitled Goose Game, we can't help but smile and chuckle to ourselves. I mean, the idea of causing some unintentional, okay, yes, it's very much intentional chaos as a mischievous goose is nothing short of brilliant. Wandering around a quaint countryside village setting as a derpy goose, disrupting the locals' days and duties, ticking items off a notepad checklist, all while honking away at anyone who deems you a nuisance is just so much freaking fun. Now imagine doing that in co-op with a second dastardly goose. Well, you need not imagine it, my friend, since you can actually team up with an infamous geese duo, since after all, the more the merrier, right? Seriously though, Untitled Goose Game might just be the most fun you can have causing harmless mischief in a video game, although the villagers might not agree. Now, who's ready for some Duck Duck Goose? Snipper clips, cut it out together. Okay, this might just be me, but whenever I say snipper clips, cut it out together out loud, I feel as if I need to sing it for others to hear. I mean, snipper clips, cut it out together. Yep, that happened. You have my sincerest apologies. Okay, that strange personal premise aside, Snipper Clips is an utterly enjoyable co-op game that sees you and a pal snip and clip each other to solve puzzles, play a bunch of mini-games, and create ingenious designs. Don't worry, snipping and clipping isn't what you think in this game, or maybe it is. After all, you and your co-op partner are cartoony pieces of crafting paper whose sole purpose in their papery life is to be snipped and clipped in order to solve the aforementioned crafty puzzles and move through the game's various levels. Each self-contained level gives you the freedom to solve its conundrums as you see fit, which means there isn't really a one-size-fits-all approach to the gameplay. Just let your creativity run wild in this one. What makes Snipper Clips so darn fun is that it constantly changes up the gameplay, puzzles, scenarios, and minigames to keep it fresh all throughout. Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion 3 is easily one of the best Nintendo Switch games, full stop. Exploring the Last Resort Hotel, a very much haunted hotel if you didn't guess from the name, as Luigi, alongside Polterpup, as he searches for his captured pals, is a joy, mostly down to the varied hotel floors, creative uses of the ghost vacuum known as the Poltergust, battling spooky denizens, and finding oodles of secrets is really just a treat in single player. But, you ask, this is a co-op list, right? Well, yeah, fear not, my ghost hunting buddy. Co-op in this game comes in the form of Gooigi, a gooey green version of Luigi who is unlocked after the opening parts of the game. While there's a caveat that the first section of Luigi's Mansion 3 is just single player, once you do obtain Gooigi, you can co-op to your heart's content, with one player as Luigi and the other, of course, you guessed it, as Gooigi. As you might imagine from the goo part of his name, Gooigi is able to access all manner of tight places in the Last Resort in order to help Luigi out. Two players moving through this creepy yet family-friendly adventure is sheer enjoyment, so be sure to make a reservation for two for this one on Nintendo Switch.
We're just getting started. Did I mention the ghosts?
Kirby and the Forgotten Land. What's better than one adorable pink portly blob who sucks up anything and everything in the vicinity? Well, two adorable pink portly blobs who both suck up everything in the vicinity for double the shenanigans. Despite the obvious moral quandaries that Kirby literally inhales creatures to swallow them and absorb their power, there's really no denying the impeccable gameplay in Kirby and the Forgotten Land. While Kirby games do sort of seem a dime a dozen on the Switch, the Forgotten Land came out swinging and never lets up. It's just a fun, refined, and entertaining 3D platforming romp that is only made better in co-op. The Waddle Dees have been captured, and it's now up to you and a buddy to save the day in the new world. It's really the new mouthful mode that takes the cake here in this game. Well, that and some really enjoyable explorable stages and worlds. Kirby can suck up and transform into cars, vending machines, rollers, traffic cones, and more all throughout this adventure. It's wacky, zany, playful, and an utter blast in co-op. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Yes, we know, technically Super Mario 3D World is a Wii U game, but since only like 12 people had a Wii U, let's just say it's a Switch game. This game isn't just a mere port, however. Instead of resting on its comfy, pricey laurels, Nintendo opted to not only spice up and enhance the amazing 3D World experience, they also glued on a completely new Mario experience in the form of Bowser's Fury, a new addition that holds up as one of the best 3D Mario games to date. However, it's really in the way co-op works in 3D World that makes it on this list. Hopping, skipping, and pouncing your way through each world in 3D World is just so much fun. Transforming into a cat, ringing some bells, clambering up walls, and collecting coins and stars galore never gets old in this game. And once you've had your fill of 3D World, jump over to Bowser's Fury for some cat shine goodness as you control Mario, with a buddy controlling Bowser Jr. The new open-ish free roam world is brimming with things to do, enemies to pummel, items to collect, platforming gauntlets to tackle, and of course a giant Bowser to battle. It's really good times had by all. It Takes Two. It's an unequivocal fact that It Takes Two from development team Hazelight Studios is the must-play co-op game around. Yes, it's really that darn good. It Takes Two is, in fact, only playable in co-op, and it's all the better for it. Step into the shoes of bickering, on the verge of divorce married couple May and Cody. After being transformed into dolls by their daughter's tears, since she of course doesn't want them to get divorced, May and Cody meet up with the quirky, spicy, and entertaining Dr. Hakim, who is now personified as a therapy book known as the Book of Love.
Are you ready for the roller coaster ride of your life?
No.
What lies ahead for May and Cody is an incredible adventure that seeks to bring them together as a couple and hopefully restore their broken relationship. It Takes Two is simply sublime, with each new section offering new ways to play, new ways to co-op together, and new puzzles to solve, all while moving along its heartwarming and emotion-filled story. Seriously, the game never lets up from start to finish, as each new beat is filled with fresh gameplay ideas, abilities, puzzles, platforming sections, and so much more. It Takes Two will go down in history as one of the very best co-op games of all time. Don't skip this one.
Wait a minute. You used my chessboard to build your toy castle.
Yeah, so what? You never use it anymore?
Because I don't have the time.
So, do you agree with our co-op picks for this list? Be sure to let us know in the comment section which co-op games on Switch you enjoy the most. Thank you for checking out this video from MojoPlays. If you want to see more from us, be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you are always up to date with our top-notch daily gaming videos and content.